Hello and welcome to another Bushwhacker review. Today we are going to be taking a look at NASCAR Authentics Wave 11 for 2017. The final wave of 2017 that didn't actually get revealed or come out until into 2018, but whatever. And a pretty solid way to end off the year. A very, very great wave. Let's do a quick little packaging look. If I don't knock over just an Allgaier. Basically what you would expect by now, but this is probably the last time you're going to see this packaging. Got 2017 Wave 11. Got all the cars on the back right there and all that good stuff you would expect by now. But why don't we just hop right into the video and start with all these great race twins they give us. First up, we've got Martin Truex Jr.'s Bass Pro Shops Las Vegas race win. One of the few wins this year that was basically just full-on lucky for Martin Truex Jr. That was Brad Keselowski's race to lose, and Brad Keselowski just had some engine trouble or something with 2 laps to go, and Martin Truex Jr. kind of got it handed to him. Got some good damage back there. On the real car, obviously, he did a burnout, shredded the fender. The 124 scale diecast does have a bent-up fender, but obviously they can't do that on 164. Maybe they'll do it eventually, but whatever. Nice damage. I also like how it's kind of faded right where the fender is. It's kind of cool. Other than that, it's just basically the regular plain old Bass Pro Shop paint scheme with a little bit of some of that confetti that's the wrenches and stuff for Cobalt tools. This year, next year, I was going to say next year, but this year is the Pennzoil 400 for Las Vegas, so I'm kind of interested to see what that confetti's like. Hopefully it's yellow and red Pennzoil colors. I might have to buy the diecast, whoever wins, just because it's a Pennzoil race. It's kind of cool. Not a bad car. Next up, we've got Kevin Harvick's Mobil 1 Sonoma race win. So this one actually has some nice damage. Got some big old donuts on the door, got tons of little marks. The front end is kind of dented in on the real car. It looks a little bit more obvious on the 124 with the decaling, but for some reason they kind of hit it a little more on this one. You can kind of see it there, but not as easy to see. Got that stupid blacked out exhaust piece as always. Never really been a fan of these Mobil cars this year. They're not bad, but they're just a little too plain for me. Not even the good kind of plain. If they did the old Penske early 2000s paint scheme, it would probably look even better. But these ones just kind of they had a pretty nice design in 2016. So this one was just kind of lame that they had in 2017 and keeping it in 2018. Just kind of color swapping the same kind of basic design. But whatever, not bad. Both of his wins this year came in this car, which is even funnier. Next up, we've got Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s Fifth Third Bank Talladega first win. Which I was surprised they didn't actually offer a 164 of. Those two are actually 164 scale exclusive. Well, no, that one they made. These two are 164 scale exclusives to the Wave. So, that was kind of cool. But this one I was kind of surprised that it was a 164 scale exclusive. Because usually stuff that they know is going to sell, they make a 164 of. So I'm surprised they didn't do this one. I'm glad we got it one way or another. I have reviewed the 124 of this car. So if you really want to see a detailed review, you can go check that out. Pretty much the only important damage is all that tape on the front grille right there. Not a bad paint scheme. It definitely grew on me. When I first saw this paint scheme, I was like, wow, the old one looks so much better, but this one kind of did grow on me. The bright colors and everything look pretty nice. They are keeping the same paint scheme for this year. See if he wins every race in this again. Pretty good choice. Next up, we have Kyle Larson's Target Cars Retro Lightning Bolt Michigan win. Which, yeah, if you don't know, this is the Cars 3 car, but they can't put Cars 3 or they couldn't make Cars 3 car. So they're just oh, no, it's not Cars 3, it is a Lightning Bolt car. Yeah, get it, Lightning Bolt Target fans. Probably going to get the 124 of this at some point, just for the fact that I do like the paint scheme. They did hide it pretty well. Cottonelle should be over farther, and there's a little Cars 3 logo back here, but they kind of moved Cottonelle back. There was a Cars 3 logo on the roof, but they put some Target bullseyes there. They did a good job at hiding the fact they can't put Cars 3 on it. It didn't just look like one of those where there's just a huge blank spot that looks stupid. So, that's nice. Still nice paint scheme, the red, the black, the lightning bolt, the flames. Everything looks pretty nice. Got the confetti that actually kind of matches the colors of the car, too, which is ironic. 124, this is coming out in a couple weeks, or at least I'm recording this video, so I may have to get one, but I don't know. It is just kind of funny how they, found a way to loophole around to get the car made without getting Cars 3 licensing. So that's pretty nice. Pretty good choice for the Authentics line, and probably the last Target car we're ever going to get in the Authentics line. So if any Target fans out there, this is probably your last chance to get a Target car. So that's pretty cool. Next up, we've got Jamie Mcmurray's Mcdonald Chevrolet for 2017. Probably the only weird choice of this whole wave, because it's like, do we really need this again? I kind of like this paint scheme. This is kind of one of those half-and-half cars. Like, some people like it, some people hate it. I think David Land didn't like it, but I always kind of like this. The bright red and yellow into the black. Looks kind of cool. But Lionel keeps fucking it up, which is the reason I haven't bought a 124B yet. Because last year, if you remember, the car was metallic in real life, but then the diecast comes out, and it's like this, where it's just plain red. And it's like, what the hell? I was going to buy that car, but after they got rid of the metallic, I was like, yeah, no. And then this year, they still kind of screwed it up, because it is the bright red again, but it's matte finish in real life. And as you can see, this is not matte. So, someday they'll get this car right. Well, actually, it's changing for next year, so they won't ever get this car right, I guess. I'm really still pissed about the metallic thing, because I was like, oh my god, that's an awesome McDonald's car. I want that car immediately. And then the diecast came out, I was like, abort mission? And then they canceled the McDonald's car, and just McDonald's cars are just a failure. But anyways, let's get to the next car, probably the biggest highlight of the wave, and that is Justin Allgaier's Brant Agriculture Xfinity Series Chevrolet Camaro. A full-on DNP car, which, as you know by now, is probably the most popular things of this wave. That's why I have another one back there sealed. Just a very, very nice car. You know, the bright orange. It's got the flames on the side. You have the infamous corn stripe down the top. Now, there's 2 corn stripes on the next year's 2018 car. Some people love the corn stripes. Some people hate them. I think it's so funny that I do kind of like it. This year's car is a little bit uglier, but this car was okay, but definitely needed a little bit more. Maybe a little black or something. But then they added black in the 2018 car, and it looks weird, so I don't know. It is cool that we finally get Justin Allgaier's car, because this is kind of a weird car that he got like everything DNP'd this year. I think the Brant cars should be made. Like I always said, that like the primary cars should be made no matter who it is, for any of the kind of top teams. Don't know why nobody wants any Justin Allgaier cars. People usually like neon cars like this, and this probably would look good in 124 scale, so it's probably not even coming across that neon on camera, but it is. Like how even the roof rail is corn too. It's funny. Not a bad car, pretty good choice. Love when we get some DNP cars, so that's definitely a nice choice. Next up, we have another race win. We've got Jimmy Johnson's Bristol race win, which you see he did bend up the fender again on the 124, but it's just kind of marked up here. Got a few little marks and stuff on the right side. Does have AC Smith. That's probably the biggest selling point of this car, was that it's the lowest car, but it has AC Smith on the side. His Texas one had Hitachi on the side, which kind of annoyed me, that the fact that like Hitachi is on a NASCAR one way or another, but it's not Penske. But it was just through Lowe's. It's not really a full-on sponsorship or anything. But I hope we see a Hitachi NASCAR for Penske sooner or later. Maybe we'll see that with Blaney this year, since Blaney doesn't have a full sponsorship yet. But, you know, not a bad race to win. Interesting choice. Hell, I would probably rather have the Hitachi car just because of Hitachi, but whatever. Next up, we've got the final 2 cars, which are the 2 Hendrick Motorsports Justice League cars. Which I'm sure some people are remembering the old Batman v Superman cars and being like, oh no, not again. But luckily, these ones are kind of cool for the fact that they actually produced these in the Authentics line based on the original artwork, where they were full-on half-and-half cars. Now, NASCAR had to go and ruin that like they usually do and be like, oh, you can't have no half-and-half cars? Get rid of them, change it. And so they changed it and kind of made them lame. Dale Jr.'s really wasn't that bad once they changed it. I really hated Casey Kane's once they changed it. Like, I initially pre-ordered both these diecast. I canceled the Casey Kane as soon as they changed it back to half-and-half, or without half-and-half. I might still get the Dale Jr., but I'm not really sure yet. Because the Dale Jr. still had the black and gold and silver on it that kind of goes together anyway, so that one wasn't as bad. See, on this side you have Aquaman, with the kind of goldish bronze, like, armory plating. Got, like, the scales on the side, if that's even coming across. On the top, you've got Batman, Justice League DC, all that good stuff. And on the right side, you have Cyborg, with the kind of gray and red and cool pattern. These are kind of a cool idea for cars. It's a shame that they couldn't, you know, get rid of that stupid asymmetrical rule. It's like, oh, well, the spotters can't see them, or you can't tell what car it is. You really think this car is going to get mistaken for anything else? No matter what side you see, just look for the Justice League character and you're good. But whatever. The numbers are kind of cool. It's like a stone 88. See on the back and kind of see how it does just kind of split half and half right there. It's kind of funny. That's cool. And here we have Casey Kane's. See, on the left side was Superman with just a Superman symbol, not a picture of Superman for some reason. On the top, you got Wonder Woman. And on the right side, you have Flash, which I really like this one initially because the cool blue, red, and gold look really, really nice together. You can kind of see that split down the center, too. So I was really into these. I pre-ordered both of them like the day they went up. I'm like, wow, that's cool. I love DC superheroes. The fact they were half and half cars look amazing, and then Lionel started to go ruin it. So I'm glad that we got these half and half cars one way or another. I think this is the only way you're going to get these half and half cars, as far as I'm aware. So if you want them, you have to buy the Authentics version, because I'm pretty sure the regular 164, the 124, everything is going to have the updated design. Which, like I said, the 88 wasn't as bad when they changed it, because the colors were still close enough that they could kind of cheat it still. But Casey Cage was just like, oh, here's a little tiny splash of blue and splash of red near the back, and the rest of the car is just black. It's like, wow, incredible. But anyways, this is Wave 11. Definitely a very solid wave to end out the year. Pretty much all good choices, except for this one. Like, I don't know why they put the Mcmurray McDonald's car in here, because that's probably the only car in here that's just like, why? I feel like that's going to be the car that sits around for a while. But, you know, who knows? The Racings are great choices. We got 3 exclusive race wins, 4 exclusive race wins, because the Johnson's an exclusive, and so are these 3. Then you have the DNP car. You got these 2 that are pretty much exclusives for the fact that the half and half cars. Pretty much the only cars near that aren't exclusive was the, you know, Kyle Larson and the Mcmurray. So, definitely a very, very solid wave. As we're recording this video, they have revealed Wave 1 of 2018. It's basically just full of primary 2018 cars, plus Austin Dillon's first win, which is cool to be getting that on a 164 scale. So, looking forward to that. They're kind of slower this year. You know, last year they had the 2018 Wave 1 and 2 kind of in a sidekick display at Walmart right for the Daytona 500, but this year there's no 2018s out for Daytona 500 yet. So that's a shame, but whatever. But I think it's $3 to say. This has been a review of NASCAR Authentics Wave 11 for 2017. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.